Hello, 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 and let me take you back. Let me take you back in time. Back in time. Back in time. Back in time. For it is it not? Is it not? The year 2004. No, it's not. I'm taking you back. And it is July the 25th. And we're at the Queen Elizabeth Hall. So I've set the scene, I've set the time. We're there. By the power of my voice, I've transported you back in time. And the good thing about this, I've actually got a lot of these gig things I've actually got written down. And I should have actually just referred to them on my website, my blog, whatever you want to call it, I don't know. But I made a review of it back then. And I'm going to read from that, if that's okay. I'm going to cheat a bit. I'm going to read to you, but I'm going to make it entertaining as well. So this concert at the Queen Elizabeth Hall marked the end of the 10th Rhythm Sticks Festival. I don't think there'll be any more of those anytime soon. I'm talking about the pandemic, if that dates the video, which celebrates all manner of percussion and drum music. I'm not a big jazz fan. You know my thoughts on the jazz, so I don't know if I'm sufficiently educated to give a critical view of the concert, so I'll just fluff my way through with some general thoughts. The opening band, Polar Bear, a four-piece augmented by a female singer and a guy who makes terrible noises on an Apple Mac laptop. I think goes by the name of Leafcutter John. The band itself started off well. I was very impressed with the interaction between the drummer, band leader, Seb Roachford. Now, there's a drummer. And double bass player Tom Herbert. In fact, I enjoyed Herbert's contribution most, as he was a good solid player and provided a good foundation for some of the free-form stuff going on. The two saxophonists, Peter Wareham and Mark Lockout, blew very well and took it in turns to solo and react to each other. It was a 45-minute set, and the band started off very well, but flagged in the middle, and caught our interest in with the final stomper of a song called The King of Aberdeen. Interesting, and if I see this CD around, I might even give it a go. I did. On eMusic, I downloaded their albums back in the day. The main attraction was this expanded Earthworks band, for it was the Earthworks Underground Orchestra. Is that right? Earthworks Underground Orchestra. And this is a live recording of that period. You see, from back in the days, from 2006. Featuring members of Tim Garland's Dean Street Underground Orchestra. I'd never seen Earthworks before, and I knew with this configuration I was flying into uncharted waters. Tim Garland was the band leader for the night, leading the group through a combination of material from Earthworks and Dean Street Underground Orchestra. A lot of the Earthworks material was almost unrecognisable because it had been retooled for a 9-piece band. There was lots of great soloing and it was good fun. I had a few issues with the mix. I couldn't hear the drums and bass clearly enough, but I think it was down to the sheer amount of sound coming from the stage. There was even a name check to that band from Tim Garland during the show. It was really interesting and engaging, even of music I'd never heard before. The missus pointed out this was the first gig we'd been to where there were no guitars present, and that was refreshing indeed. Now I really want to hear Earthworks as a 4-piece, which alas it was never to be. I have fond memories of this. Again, Polar Bear I really enjoyed at the time. They were an interesting kind of jazz, new jazz. I don't know what you can. They have jazz inflections. They were almost like for me, like a precursor to Portico Quartet. There is almost a bit of musical DNA shared there, even though no members are. But and it's a shame because they never really fulfilled their potential. I don't think they certainly didn't get the recognition. But Seb Roachford has been doing around again. He even worked with Eno, and that played. With Eno and Byrne on their album stuff. So yeah, it's a shame because I thought he was a really interesting drummer, but wasn't to be. With the Earthworks Underground Orchestra, they were a big old group, and it was it was very very exciting to see. Like, it was almost like kind of more pure jazz. That night, because I know Earthworks is a jazz band, but it's kind of the more experimental, fringes, whereas this was more like a hardcore jazz experience. And again, some of the music in it, even though I was familiar with it, had been transformed completely by Tim Garland, because he was really the band leader that night. The thing that I found interesting is Bruford was the first time I'd seen Bruford. I'd seen Bruford on a number of occasions with ABWH, Yes, that band, and this lot. And this was the first time I saw he wasn't really enjoying himself. You know, he was a little bit more restrained, and you know, when Bruford, you know, used to play, there was a joy in his playing and in his face, you could see. But this was a bit more. It was a bit more of a restrained performance, and that was the last. I think that was the last tour he did. So there's the benefit I got to catch the last tour, but I missed Earthworks previously to that. Just wasn't on the radar, I'm afraid. But yeah, it was a good gig, and the Queen Elizabeth Hall is a nice venue. And yeah, cool. Those were the days. It just feels, it feels so long ago now. You know, and even though, you know, I'm trying to do my best to remember exactly what it was like. But yeah, this album, I'm not going to. Well, should I review? I don't know. But this album provides a really good document of what went on, and it is different to the rest of the Earthworks stuff. You know, God, it's almost like I'm doing an unboxing. Jesus Christ! There you go. And this has been reissued since. In that box set, that big box set that came out. I didn't buy it because I didn't need to, because I got this stuff. So there you go. And it was a rather large group, big undertaking. So yeah, that was that. But we got to see them, so that was good. Hopefully you've enjoyed this fascinating look back into time itself. We're looking at, there it is over there. We're looking back in time. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to like this video and leave a comment, engagement and stuff. For his YouTube, and it's hard. It's so hard to remain relevant or discoverable. That's the more important thing. It's hard to remain discoverable, and by doing this really obscure video, I've doubled down on the discoverability thing. I'm just heading straight down. Nobody wants to hear the burblings of this old man. No one cares. No one cares. No one cares. Do you remember when videos went viral? Don't get that anymore. And that's it. Thank you for watching. My name is Darren Locke. I've been talking about the 25th of July 2004 and Bill Bruford's and Tim Garland's Earthworks Underground Orchestra playing at the Queen Elizabeth Hall. Hopefully my words will have transported you back in time to make you feel that you were there, that you could smell it, that you could taste it, that you could, you know, that the hairs on your arms pricked up at the thought of Bruford striking the drums for the last time. Hopefully I've elicited that response in you. Or it could be that I'm waxing lyrical purely to extend this video out to 10 minutes so I can put more adverts on, because that's the way things go now on YouTube. You need all the time you can get so you can get the adverts. But yeah, there you go. And if you want me to do a review of this, leave a positive comment in the below. Engagement stuff. Engagement. Oh, it's like flogging a dead horse, isn't it? But I'll put a link in the description if you want to get a copy of this, because I think it's been reissued a few times, and like I said, it's in that big Bill Bruford box set that they brought out last year. I think it was last year. All blurs into one, doesn't it? Time. So yeah, you can catch up on it. If you like the Earthworks stuff, this is, again, it's the same but different. It's a bit of a diversion, so you know, could be good to try. I found it a fun night, and also yeah, don't forget Polar Bear as well. They're a very interesting band. If you like the kind of like the modern young jazz, and it's a shame that they kind of fell off the scene. But anyway, thank you for watching. My name's Darren Locke. This has been another thrilling episode of Regig. We'll do this all again soon. Ta-da.